Once upon a time in ancient India, there lived a young boy named Arjun in a small, serene village. Despite his kind heart and curiosity, Arjun was plagued by fear. He was afraid of the dark, loud noises, and most of all, the idea of failing. His fears often held him back from fully enjoying life and trying new things. One day, the village buzzed with news that the revered Buddha was visiting a nearby town. Known for his infinite wisdom and compassion, the Buddha's presence was a beacon of hope for many. Arjun's parents, understanding his struggles with fear, encouraged him to go and seek the Buddha's guidance. Despite his initial hesitation, Arjun decided to embark on the journey. He walked through the village and across the fields, his heart pounding with both excitement and anxiety. When he arrived at the town, he found a large crowd gathered around a majestic Bodhi tree where the Buddha sat, surrounded by his followers. Arjun waited patiently until it was his turn to speak with the Buddha. As he approached, his voice trembled. "Blessed Buddha, I am Arjun. I am afraid of so many things, and these fears stop me from living my life fully. Can you help me overcome my fears?" The Buddha smiled warmly and invited Arjun to sit beside him. "Arjun," he said gently, "fear is a natural emotion, but it should not control your life. Let me tell you a story that may help you understand how to overcome your fears." The Buddha began his story. Once, there was a young deer in a dense forest. This deer was afraid of everything: the dark, the unknown paths, and the sounds of the forest. Because of its fears, the deer never ventured far from its safe spot, missing out on the wonders of the forest. One day, a wise owl approached the deer and said, "To overcome your fears, you must face them, not run from them. Come with me, and I will show you." The deer hesitated, but decided to follow the owl. The Buddha continued. As they walked through the forest, the owl taught the deer to take deep breaths whenever it felt scared. With each deep breath, the deer felt a little braver. The owl then encouraged the deer to explore the forest gradually, starting with nearby areas and slowly expanding its range. Along the way, the deer encountered many things that once frightened it: rustling leaves, dark shadows, and unknown trails. But with the owl's guidance and its own courage, the deer faced each fear one by one. As the deer continued to explore the forest, it gradually encountered many things that had previously scared it. At first, these fears felt very real and intimidating. For instance, the rustling of leaves in the wind or the dark, unknown paths seemed dangerous and frightening. However, with each new exploration, the deer began to understand that these things were not as scary as they first appeared. When the deer heard leaves rustling, it realized it was often just the wind blowing through the trees, not a hidden predator. When it walked down dark paths, it found that they led to beautiful clearings or streams, not danger. Through its own experiences, the deer discovered that many of its fears were based on misunderstandings or overreactions. In essence, by facing its fears and seeing what was actually there, the deer learned that most of the things it was afraid of were harmless. This realization helped the deer to become braver and more confident in exploring the forest, showing that often our fears are not based on real threats, but on our imagination or lack of knowledge. The more it explored, the more it realized that its fears were often unfounded. The Buddha paused and looked at Arjun. "Arjun, like the deer, you must face your fears to overcome them. Start small, take deep breaths, and gradually confront the things that scare you. Remember, the whole secret of existence is to have no fear. Fear is not your enemy. It is a teacher that helps you grow." Arjun learns from Buddha to face fears, starting small with deep breaths. He conquers fear of darkness by calmly sitting with a lamp, gains confidence in the busy village square, and tackles bigger challenges like horse riding and public speaking. Guided by Buddha's wisdom, his transformation inspires the village, fostering courage and community. His journey from fear to fearlessness became a tale of inspiration for generations to come, reminding everyone that the path to overcoming fear begins with a single, brave step. As the Buddha said, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection.